Okay, the channel is live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adventure on So Many Levels. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Indeed.
Woo!
Indeed.
I am Christiana Ellis, and I am the Dungeon Master. Welcome to our first session of 2024. I apologize in advance for any coughing and or sniffling that may come across the audio. I'm going to do my best. But our players tonight, Paul Fisher as Zinhorn Windborn, Dragonborn Paladin, or Cleric, rather, sorry.
Cleric, bloodthirsty cleric of life. Gotta kill them all.
Jenny Meltzer as Zaleen.
Hello.
I was going to say Dark Elf Cleric Warlock? I don't remember what your build is anymore.
Clairlock.
Clairlock.
I'm a Clairlock.
Huh.
Warwick?
And I'm like the death domain cleric over here saving lives that he murders. That's me.
Starla Hutchton as Carolina Swift, the Changeling Bard.
Hello, friends.
And Mark Guilfoyle as Vertigo, the Gnome Wizard.
Don't worry, I think we've got this in the bag.
Yes, indeed. The pocket protectors have got it all in a bag, but that does not mean, in this case, colloquially, under control, because it just so happens that you have now set free / resurrected two ancient powerful beings whom you know to have originally created the seal around Dinuthair, the place that they once called home, Trandonel the Knight, and Rupino the Artificer. You were not sure how much you could trust either of them, but as things developed, you eventually determined that at the very least, Rupino seemed to not be any kind of an immediate threat, whereas Trandonel was actively being corrupted by nightmare energy, which is something you can do something about. You used this magical pipe, a creation of Rupino's, and over Trandonel's paranoid, corrupted objections, you used it on him, forcing this nightmare corruption to exit his body, whereupon it takes physical manifestation here along with you, and it looks like a 10-foot tall death knight made of obsidian and blood and spikes. And you're going to have to fight it. So good luck with that. So that's where we left off, was pretty much immediately that happening. And so I think we'll begin tonight's session going over to our map and having you all roll initiative.
Yay.
Alrighty.
Oh, that's not bad.
Initiative.
All right.
22. Oh, am I
14.
first? That's weird.
Oh, well, there's a couple on there that haven't come up yet. I hope you all saw in the Discord that I've got artwork now for Trandonel and Rupino here just on the map. I will briefly make their tokens real big so people can see. Rupino, who is taking the form of a rather scrawny dwarf with big goggles and wearing kind of a coverall and work apron. Whereas Trandonel is a dark-skinned man who looks like he might ordinarily be a rather imposing physical figure, but has spent years in a prison cell with little to eat and is kind of scrawny and ragged as a result. But then, of course, you've also got his nightmare corruption, which is this thing. So, and for all of you listening in audio only, you're going to have to just go along with the descriptions that I have already provided. Looks like, I'll guess I'll roll an initiative for Rufino as well. Let's see. That's going to just be an 8. And so So we need a roll off between, or dex off between Nedry and Zaleen. You've tied initiatives.
+2 dex from Nedry.
+2s, rollies.
All
Uh-oh.
right.
All right. Is it a D20?
Yep.
Yep.
13. Lucky number 13. Come on, 13.
15.
All
Bad.
right. So Zaleen will
Sorry.
go first. Oops. Okay. So, Carolina Swift, you are up first. This cloud of nightmare smoke has emerged. Oh, excuse me, and I also reset the token to too small. It is a large creature. It has taken form and it looks hostile, but you have a moment to take action before it can. What would you like to
Well, as that's the case, then we're gonna cast some Otto's Irresistible Dance.
do? Nice, nice, nice. So, yes, that of course is one of the rare spells that has no immediate saving throw, just starts it up. And I think that this boy does
Dance,
some.
bitch.
I was just gonna say he looks like he's into death metal, so I think there's a lot of head banging.
Well, that's the thrashing could be very dangerous.
And yeah, he begins to dance. And I think Zinhorn and Nedry, or Vertigo as the nearest, are alarmed by the fact that as it dances and capers around, you find yourself being spattered with droplets of very hot blood. This is not so much that you are damaged at the moment, but certainly it's gross.
This is not ideal.
So remind me, other than dancing for the moment, like at the end of his turn, he can make a save. Is that right?
Let me go back to it.
And I believe that's correct, but correct me if I'm wrong. And that he had his movement speed is 0, and
Disadvantage on dex, saving throws, and attack rolls.
on attack. Okay.
Other creatures have advantage on attack rolls. As an action, the dancing creature makes a wisdom saving throw to regain control of itself.
As an action. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay. And so it makes a wisdom save as an action to break free. Okay. Well, I think.
But I was also
yes,
going
please
to
go ahead.
I was also going to throw a little bardic inspiration towards Miss Saline there. It's like, you got this.
All right. Okay. Oops. Okay. So, are you going to move anywhere or do anything else? Incidentally, we've got yellow dots on Zinhorn and Carolina because I believe those were protection from good and evil spells cast before you brought the nightmare out. Anyone confirm? I think that was probably Vertigo who cast it.
I believe so, yes.
Yep. All right. Is it active on both of them at once, or is it two separate spells?
I think Zaleen cast it on Lynn, and I cast it on
Right.
Zinhorn.
Okay.
And I cast aid on the 3 of you guys. So you guys should
Right.
have, at 4th level, you guys should have 15 extra real hit points.
All right. Okay, good. So,
I also moved.
I think that it is the force of blood is the name of this creature. It will take its first turn, its first action, to try to resist this this dancing. And so let's see, wisdom saving throw. That's a 17. Is that
Yeah, that meets it.
okay? So Yes. It did.
That's a saving throw.
Yep.
I don't think so.
We'll cast Silvery Barbs.
All right. And it has to roll again, right?
It rolls again, and I'll give the advantage to Zinhorn.
That was kind of cocked. I'm going to roll it again. It would have succeeded, but I'm rolling it again because it was kind of cocked. Okay. Well, that was even better. So the second roll is better.
Zinhorn still gets the advantage, though.
Okay.
Okay.
I will give you another dot to remind you. The dot's there to remind you. So it summons its force of will, and it is, it gives sort of an angry shake. From Mission Impossible Fallout, where Henry Cavill does like he cocks his fists for that fight. He gives his body language is indicating that he's too hardcore for dancing. But he does then use his bonus action. Let's see. Protection from evil and good means disadvantage on attack rolls, right?
Can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed either.
Okay. All right. So I think that what the okay. I think what the creature immediately does with its bonus action is it is going to use its essence thief feature, which it targets the two closest to it, which is Vertigo and Zinhorn. You need to each make a Constitution saving throw.
And I get advantage on this.
I don't think so. Not because it would have disadvantage if it was making an attack roll.
Okay.
Right. It is a 12 for each of us.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So a 12 is not a success, and so each of you are going to take 10 necrotic damage, and it immediately. You know what? Actually, it doesn't do anything else on its turn, but you see it just sort of. Without even really turning its head, it just sort of extends one hand towards you, Vertigo, and the other hand has this lance, and it points at you, Zinhorn, and you both feel it just sort of somehow trying to draw your life essence out of you.
In this case, it just sort of starts eating away at the blue glow around him
All right.
as the shield takes it.
And so that is its turn for this first round. Zinhorn, you're up.
Okay. So this is different behavior because the nightmares you always went after the person they came out of before. So this is something new. I am going to. Looks like I'm already in melee range with it.
Well, there's also a. Well, never mind. I won't get into it. But yeah, there's something else going on there.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon as my bonus action. And I'm gonna do that at 5th level.
Hang on. Why is it? It doesn't have me. That okay. Like I clicked the wrong thing, and now it won't let me close the window. Like there's no X to close it. That's weird. Okay. Well, I can do that at least. And let me give you control over that. Okay. So here's your spiritual weapon. Place it where you like.
All right. And I rolled an 18.
An 18 misses. It clangs off of its spiky armor.
You have advantage.
Oh, that's right.
All
You do.
right. Is that just a one-time advantage, or?
It's just one time.
Yeah, it's from the
All right.
silvery barbs.
And I rolled another 18.
Okay, yeah.
This
Well,
is the third 10 that I've rolled on this virtual die tonight. I would change it, except it doesn't exist. And then I'm going to attack with my freezing drill spear.
all right.
And
That
I
for
got a natural 1.
yeah,
Which is a 14.
yeah, that definitely misses. And I'm not going to punish you further for it, but it certainly does miss.
I'm just going to be over here shaming myself.
I think that basically what happens there is the spiritual weapon just kind of clangs off of the spikes, and it like knocks the ends off the spikes a little bit, but you watch as the spikes just sort of like blood from its interior sort of just pools back up, and they just kind of just grow back, as like you might as well have like knocked some hair off or something like that. It just comes right back. It doesn't seem to hurt it at all. And then when you go for it with your spear, it just basically, like, without hardly needing to move, it just rotates its lance a little bit and deflects your blow. All right, Zaleen.
Nightmares aren't undead, right?
Um,
Are
no,
they
we've
undead?
not been we've not been treating them as undead. I believe we've been treating them
Okay.
as aberrations.
I'm gonna cast Blight.
All right.
So it's a
Do you
DC 17 saving throw.
we
Constitution.
yeah, I'll do that in just a sec. Do we remember what the purple dot on you was for?
Bardic
Inspiration.
Oh, right, that's what it was. Yes. Okay.
Yep.
Constitution saving throw from Big Boy. That is going to be a dirty 20.
Well, he still takes half damage.
Okay.
He just doesn't have to suffer. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Long-term evil.
Right. So. Okay.
19
So
points.
it would be, well, so normally it would be 19 points of necrotic damage, but you notice that it seems like it takes even less than that.
Mm.
It does sort of wince, but it is apparently resistant to necrotic damage.
Okay. And then, yeah, that's pretty much all I can do right now.
Okay. So just as a reminder of the placement, because I have the token for Trandonel in the cage, because my recollection is that you did the spell on him and then basically pushed him back into the cage, right? Or was that not your recollection? Do you remember?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well,
No, I don't think we would
I
have
don't
pushed
think
him
we
back
did
in.
push him back in because, like,
He
we
went
had to bring
unconscious.
him out.
yeah. So you did
Yeah.
have to bring
Right.
him out. Okay. So then he might still be out right there then. Okay.
Yeah, I would be trying to interpose myself
Okay.
between the nightmare and Trendonell
All
because
right.
they usually went after the person they came out of.
Well, right. Yeah, and so that's part of why I was wanting to establish where he was.
Okay.
I moved too.
So let's just decide right now where you want him to have been, because if it came right out of him, it's one thing if you kind of push him back in the cage, but if it's going to be right near him if he's not in there.
I would, if I'm allowed to, push him between the two cages that are behind me.
You know what? I'll allow it for now.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I want to make sure he has room to run.
Okay. Well, he's unconscious.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So recall that it is it's been a while since you were worried about it in this way, but it is does damage to people when the nightmare comes out. So on that note, let me go ahead and put him on the turn tracker as well. But I'm going to just go ahead and leave his initiative at 0 because he is unconscious. Okay, so we had Zaylene's turn, and now Vertigo.
So a question: we haven't been in the bag for a long time, and I don't remember if we ever established whether Vertigo could activate the furniture.
I think
It's fine if it's
yeah,
never been a thing he tried, but
I think that it would be like you deactivated it in a way that would take time to reactivate.
okay.
And I am partly ruling that on the basis of I would have to look up all the stats for it and stuff like that. But you know what? Actually, how about this? Gosh, because I like the idea, so I hate to say no. Um,
I have other things I can do, and
how
I
about
have
this?
kind of an
Okay,
immediate thing anyway. So
let's say this. If you are willing to use let's uh, run it as an animate objects spell.
okay,
So without you needing to maintain concentration on it. Yeah. So like, you don't have to cast the spell with a spell slot. You don't have to maintain concentration on it. But if you can use the stats from the animate objects spell, then we can abstract it that way. How does that sound?
yeah. Does it take an action to initiate or bonus action?
Um,
And is it accounting as my spell casting for
no.
the round?
Okay. I'm just thinking about this because I really should have this should have occurred to me. So I'm just trying to think what makes sense to be the most straightforward way to to use it. And I think what I'm actually going to do instead is I'm going to say you can with an action. With one action, you can activate any category of them. Like you can activate the swords, the armor, the table, the rug, right?
Okay.
And once activated, it requires no additional um, resources from you. You needed like, because I think in activating them, you would tell them like what you're targeting, and then I can pull up the stats for each of those things.
Okay.
Does that
And the
sound fair?
rug, sword. Sure. I'm open to any interpretation and
Yeah.
even a no if it
All
made
right.
it too complicated. So I'm just writing that down for myself and no further. Okay. So let me see. That costs 2 sorcery points. So Nedry will kind of gesture over and call out to, I think the armor was hollow, wasn't it?
Yeah. They're
This
they're
might
they're pretty straightforward animated, suits of armor.
Yeah, yeah. I'm about to make it less straightforward.
Okay.
And I don't know if you'll allow it,
Okay.
but Nedry or Vertigo will call out, all right, at attention, all you armor. I'm gonna need your help. And animate the armor with an action.
Okay.
Then spend 2 sorcery points to quicken a spell
Uh-huh.
and cast I almost called it yeet. Cast Vortex Warp to put Trendinel in one of the hollow armors
Oh,
with the
okay.
order to defend him.
Okay. Okay.
Nice.
I think that is very cool, but difficult. So, what I'm going to ask is for an Arcana roll to pull it off because I
Okay.
love it, but that does sound hard, and it is not what the spell would normally do.
It's very, like I said, it's very strange.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love it. I think it's difficult, so I hope the dice work in your favor.
Sure. Do I have a particular target, or we just want to see if it's a good roll or bad?
I'm going to say target is 16.
Okay, that makes it a challenge. Let's see here. 22.
All right. See, you have a plus 10. 16 is not that much of a challenge.
It's still a 6, but
Yeah, so I think that as you cast that, you want to pick which one of the armors gets an unconscious Trandonel inside.
probably the farthest one away.
Okay. I think that so here I'm gonna just set the Trandonel token, off to the side, and indicate. You know what? Yeah, and indicate that there's with the little red dot which one has him inside. Okay, that's great. I think that's very fun. And the armors are activated now, so I'm going to roll initiative for them. And do they all just have the defend?
Yes,
Okay, so they're not going to attack; they're defending only.
that's right.
All right.
And
Gotcha.
Vertigo will try to move away. I have no idea if the reach is there, but he will try to let's see.
My
Probably among his pals
brightness
there.
just suddenly got turned up on the screen here. I'm not sure what happened.
It's the spells going off.
I guess so. All right. Sorry. Let's see. Animated armor. If you're going to activate another thing next, do you want to tell me which one it is just so I can get it ready?
Probably the table.
Okay. Okay, let's see. So the armors are going to have an 11 initiative.
So visually, Vertigo looks over and kind of gives the command. The armors kind of slunk to their or step up to their form, and then he draws the normal thing he does for the again, I want to call it yeet, but the vortex warp. But this time, there's kind of fiddling with his other hand as he kind of lengthens out things, and his hand seems to draw a little faster than it normally turns into a bonus action. And then he kind of steps away, warily watching Dude.
All right. Okay, so the suits of armor all salute. You have teleported Trandonel into the. Here, I'm just gonna try switching. Yeah. So on the stream, the brightness level of the Roll20 video just changed, and I'm not sure why. But hopefully it'll be fine. So, in any case, the next thing that happens is the suits of armor take their turn. And I think what happens first is that the one with him inside sort of marches over into a corner there, and the others take up positions, defensive positions, and doesn't matter which direction they're actually facing. All right, so you are now surrounded by animated armors, Carolina. All right, and so then it is Rupino's turn, and he is standing there looking really kind of excited and fascinated by this whole development, and he's just saying, "Wow, that's a big one. Sorry, I'm not really going to be able to help much. I kind of tapped at the moment, but good luck." And I think he will. He doesn't even move to a safer spot or anything. He just stays right there. And then Trandonel is unconscious and makes a death saving throw. And I won't tell you what the result is because you don't have eyes on him at the moment. I think I will certainly allow though that you all remember that was that like that he would have, because he cried out and collapsed when you did it. So
Mm-hmm.
all right, that puts us back at the top of initiative.
Well, I might have a Nero moment here, so I'm sorry in advance. But I would like to cast. This is either going to go real well or real poorly. I want to cast Shatter.
Okay.
And the thing that I have the question about here is that a creature made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage on the saving throw, and he is a bunch of obsidian spikes. So, but I
Mm.
don't know if that is like all of him or it's just on the outside or what.
Well, I also I described it as obsidian. I don't think you know that it is in fact obsidian.
Well, I mean, it looks
Yeah,
crystal-ish.
I
So,
agree it does.
so I want to try that.
Okay.
It's a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
Unfortunately, Zinhorn is first in line for the Gallagher concert here.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing that I probably would have been inclined to give it to you, but this creature comes from the MCDM Flea Mortals book, which I mentioned just because it explicitly says in the description they could be mistaken for a massive humanoid clad entirely in black and red toothed armor, but in truth, their armor is blackened, gnarled flesh punctuated with veins of boiling red. So,
Gross.
yeah, no, it's definitely gross. But I just mean, unfortunately, it is not made of the sort of rigid, fragile material that your spell would have extra effect on.
Shrapnel incoming, Zinhorn.
Yeah. Well, so let's
That's
see.
why I have a shield.
It gets an 18 on its Constitution saving throw. So,
Yeah.
unfortunately, that
does beat it.
succeeds. But it will take half, I believe.
Yes.
All right.
So that is
9.
9.
Yeah. All right. And it does definitely splatter Zinhorn with blood. Rubino too, although he looks over at Zinhorn, who's just got it like spattered now, and just says, "That's why I wear goggles."
Trying to decide if I want to move or not because I am literally right in front of this nightmare's target right now. I don't think I like this place, but so I think I'm just gonna slide right here, maybe.
All right.
I might regret that, but whatever. Doing it.
Okay. It is its turn. And let's see. I'm going to say that it's going to just go ahead and march over here. And you would have an opportunity attack available, Zinhorn.
Okay. And that would be with my spear.
Yeah. All right. A 23 does hit.
Okay. And I'm gonna leave the spear in to get the extra damage.
Okay.
So it's 12 plus 15.
Okay. So it's doing. Oh, and then you've got the divine strike, right?
I the drill does an additional 2d6
Okay, so
as it
you have a
embeds itself.
feature as a cleric
Oh,
of divine strike, yes? Well,
do
here,
I?
let me pull it up. I believe it's being added automatically by D&D Beyond, but I want you to
Okay. Yeah,
understand where it's
I have
coming from.
divine intervention. I have unarmed. Do I? I don't.
All right, so as a cleric, it's going to be in your features and traits.
Oh, okay.
Divine Strike. Once on each of your turns, when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can cause the attack to deal an extra 2d8 radiant damage. That
Okay.
means that on your turn, it counts. Unfortunately, it's not your turn, it's an opportunity attack. So
Okay.
in this case, no. But, but nonetheless, still doing 12 plus 15 is still pretty good. So 27.
Okay.
All right. So it definitely notices that, actually. And in fact, I think that's enough of a hit as it's moving away that it stops and is going to attack you with its long spear instead.
All right.
All right. So, in fact, it's going to march right back up to you. So let's see. The first long spear attack is going to be a 26 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
All right, and then hang on. I didn't get all the dice ready for this.
I really don't like it when the DM says all of the dice.
Well, I don't know. So that's going to be 14 piercing damage.
It does have disadvantage.
Oh, you're right. It does. So that would be a dirty 20 instead.
Meet it to beat it. My armor class is 20.
Okay. So it does hit then. So 14 piercing damage. And you watch as it seems to draw up through its spear. Like when it stabs you, you see its spear glowing and that glow passing up to it, and it has just regained some hit points.
Jerk.
And it's going to attack again. Disadvantage. That is going to be 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
For another 9 piercing damage. And it regains another. Oops, that's not what I shoot. What was it at? I think that's right. Okay, and then its last one. You realize as it withdraws its spear that you have like little splinters from it left behind, and it holds up its other fist and sort of crushes its fist, and you feel those splinters like moving around inside you. And that's gonna be on that case, it's a natural 1. So with this advantage. So fortunately for you, those splinters fall out. You feel them like digging in, but as they start to move, they fall out instead of rending you from within. But it is its turn. And it is going to. Yeah, I think it is going to do its same bonus action this time, which is it requires a Constitution saving throw from you, Zinhorn, and this time from Rupino.
Alrighty.
And yeah, he definitely fails that.
12. That will be a failure.
Yeah, and so that is going to be. Wow. Okay. another 15 necrotic damage. And then it, and it stays right there. But I think as Rupino feels that, and he suddenly looks weaker, and he seems alarmed, is like it has first occurred to him that it might hurt him. All right, Zinhorn, your turn then.
Alrighty. I am
Remembering
going
that
to-
your spear is embedded in it, not
right,
in your hand.
right. So it will continue to do damage since it's embedded in drilling on him. And my spiritual weapon is going to go first. And got a 24 to hit.
That will hit.
And that will do 12 points of damage.
All right. Also roll 2d6 for the damage that the spear did it at the end of its turn because it didn't remove it.
Right. Seven.
Okay. All right.
And then for my action, still above half. I am going to do a guiding bolt at 6th level.
Okay.
15.
Unfortunately, that's going to miss. Also, I realized that the rend from within should have done some damage even on a miss. I'm not going to make you take it now, but just for future uses of it.
Okay.
All right. Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Okay. That makes it Zayleen's turn.
I would like to cast Bane.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a DC 17 charisma.
Okay. Charisma. That die, I need to not roll that one anymore just not because it succeeded for me, but it keeps getting almost crooked. So that's 22.
Do you still have to roll with disadvantage, or was that for just attacks?
I think, so the attacks were a disadvantage because of it was trying to attack Zinhorn, who has protection from evil and good on it.
Okay, that's right. Okay,
Mhm.
I wasn't sure why. Okay, so that does nothing, and then as my bonus action, I want to cast Hexblade's Curse.
Okay. So is that another saving throw or just something that happens?
Nope, it's just automatic.
Okay. I'll
Yep,
mark
that just allows me to get a critical hit on a 19 instead of 20,
Gotcha.
and it increases the amount of damage that I do. It's like +6 bonus
Okay.
damage.
Yeah. This thing eats Bane for breakfast. Sprinkles it like protein powder into a smoothie.
It's Batman.
All right. Vertigo.
Okay. Seems to be busy, but is he really busy? Okay. Um, hmm. I think. No, it is moving and facing its opponents, right?
Which the enemy here?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually turning and facing. Okay.
Um, Yeah, are you trying to get a sense of like what it would be able to see or not see?
Kinda.
Okay. I can let you make a check to see if you can try to sense if it's using like traditional vision or not.
Okay. What kind of roll would you like? Just a straight up perception or
I think
insight?
insight, probably, and I'm gonna have that be against its charisma.
Okay. Well, it's a 13, so
Okay. Well,
not an
actually, it
insightful.
rolled pretty low, so I think that you are able to detect that it does not need to look at you to know where you are.
Okay. That's kind of what I expected. Uh, in that case, I think uh, sure. Let's do this one. As he draws out. Oh, actually, no, it's a sorcerer spell. So with his left hand, not the hand with the pen, he just starts drawing kind of a spiral in the air and then throws the spiral at it to cast Tasha's Mind Whip
Okay.
at just at the second level. So that's a intelligence saving throw,
All right.
difficulty 15.
That's just a 14, so it fails.
Cool. So first off, it takes some psychic damage, 9 psychic damage.
All right.
It cannot take a reaction until the end of its next turn, and on its next turn, it has to choose whether it gets a move, an action, or a bonus action. Only one of the three.
Ooh. Okay.
And for a bonus action, I think it's a bonus action. I can never find it. Yes, a bonus action. He will draw a scribble in the air and then crumple it with his left hand to regain some sorcery points.
Okay. All right. The armor, closes ranks to move into the spot that Carolina abandoned. Rupino says, yeah, maybe I need to view this from a safer distance. And he kind of, I think he slips back into the into the cage. Because yeah, anti magic in there. Anyway, that is going to be another death saving throw for Trandonell. All right. Now back at Carolina.
Man, the struggle is real. Okay. Um. Probably ought to hit Tranonel with like healing word or something so he doesn't die. But I feel like still got maybe. See if he's
Not
made
like we
2
can't
death
just
saving.
resurrect him again.
He wouldn't have been
Yeah.
dead for nearly as long this time.
Okay, so I am going to use my mandolin to
Point of order.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know if there is any consequence for the target of the shadow creature to die? If it kills it, I think there was some sort of consequence, but I don't know if we ever learned anything else.
I don't think we ever had it happen, so you're not sure.
Okay. We may learn something. It's an experiment.
Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do, because that's a bonus action, so I can't do both of those things. All right. So I am actually going to use my unsettling words bonus action
Mm-hmm.
on the nightmare here,
Okay.
and then I'm going to use my mandolin to cast levitate.
All right. So the unsettling words requires what? A saving throw? Or no?
No, I don't think so. Because it
What?
works like bardic inspiration, only
Okay, you have to. I don't have it memorized.
Okay, it's
All the stuff you guys.
as a
can do.
bonus action, you can expend one use of your bardic inspiration and choose one creature you can see within 60 feet.
Okay.
Roll the die. The creature must subtract the number rolled from the next saving throw it makes before the start of your next turn.
Okay, so you do go ahead and roll it though.
What we got?
All right.
8.
-8 from its next saving throw. Okay, and then levitate to do what?
Just well, so we did this before
Mm-hmm.
with yeah, I'm actually right outside the tower. Yeah, so the creature or loose object that you could see within range rises vertically up to 20 feet and remains suspended there for the duration.
Okay, but on what and for what?
Oh, it's a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, on the
17.
nightmare.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you didn't say that part. That's
Sorry,
what that's,
yeah,
that's okay.
I
All
thought
right.
I thought I'd said that already.
It's Constitution
My bad.
save.
Yes.
All right. That is a let's see. It would be a dirty. Oh wait. So it would be a 24, but -8 would make it 16, I guess. Yeah. So is that's a failure?
Yep, 17 was the
All right.
target.
Okay, so it rises 20 feet in the air, which I will indicate in the little green circle here. Oops, that's not what I meant. Okay.
The target can only move by pushing or pulling against a fixed object or surface within reach.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't one.
Nice.
How
Okay.
long does that last?
Up to a minute.
And it doesn't get another save against it or anything?
Nope.
Nice.
I mean, unless I break concentration for some
Mhm.
reason, but yeah.
Well, for some reason. Well,
Yeah,
let's
exactly.
see. Yeah. I think that that makes it its turn next, right? Are you're done? Okay.
Correct.
So, because of the mind lash, it can only choose between move action or bonus action. It is going to use bonus action. I'm going to remove the orange dot. It's going to do its Essence Thief bonus action again. This time, first of all, again on Zinhorn, but this time also on Vertigo. So, Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, it's getting worse.
Okay.
Finally.
And then, so for that is a success for Zinhorn, but not Vertigo. So it is going to be 11 necrotic damage for Vertigo and 5 for Zinhorn. But then
Okay.
it also teleports within 5 feet of Vertigo. Because that's part of what it can do. You feel it. It creates this essence connection, and then seems to be able to use that to teleport right to you.
Is it still floating?
Well, I think it is still affected by your spell, but it has teleported back to ground level. So on your turn, you can make it float up again, but so it's still affected by the spell. It's just moved. All right, and that's its turn, but it's done with the Mind Lash for this round. Zinhorn. Oh wait, no. Zinhorn, roll your 2d6 for the spear.
Okie dokie. Two points.
Okay. Every little bit helps. All right. Zinhorn, your turn now.
Okay. I need to check. I can move my spiritual weapon 20 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So 20. And it's not going to be able to get there. I can move 30 feet. That's good. And I am going to cast Guiding Bolt at 3rd level.
Okay. Unfortunately, yeah, a 17.
Does not hit.
Its form seems too fluid and mutable for you to easily get a bead on it.
All right. That's
Okay. Zaleen, your turn.
You said it is on ground level now, right?
Yes.
And it can't take a reaction because of Tasha's mind whip.
It
Awesome.
can now. It was until the end of
Oh,
its next
yeah.
turn.
Oh, okay. All right. Crap then. All right, I'm just gonna risk it. I'm gonna walk over there and put my hand on it and cast Contagion.
Okay.
That's a DC 17. Where the heck did it go?
Probably Constitution.
Constitution. Yep.
All right. That is a 17 exactly.
That makes me cry.
It's good at Constitution. It
Yeah.
seems like it's pretty tough. It is a blood elemental. So unfortunately, yeah, as you move up to it, you extend your hand to try to infect its bloody essence. Unfortunately, it's able to manifest an immune response and defeat the contagion, and it seems to glance over its shoulder back at you.
Don't like it. I think that is all I can really do. Yeah. That's it.
All right. Vertigo. We don't hear you. I think you're. Are you muted?
Oh
there you
yeah,
go.
I'm just muttering to myself anyway. I think I'm going to do a. It's really tough. Okay. Oh, there's so many bad choices to make. I don't like where he is, so I'm going to try to cast Vortex Warp and move him somewhere else.
Okay.
Probably here.
The on the nightmare or on Trandanel?
On the nightmare.
Okay. All right. So what's the saving throw?
Constitution 18.
All right. You guys keep casting spells at his best stat, by the way, just letting you know. I mean, they're good spells.
right.
I'm not saying. I'm just letting you heads up. Yeah, that's 25.
Yeah, he's probably not going to roll any better than that. Okay. Okay, no effect. I think then that Vertigo is going to move back.
Okay, well, it is
Machine
going
the
to
thing.
swipe at you with its spear.
Yep.
In fact, actually, I think it is going to reach out its fist and sort of do that clenching motion, and And let's see if it hits with its rend from within attack. Oh, I didn't have to roll that with disadvantage. But
If
it
it's an attack, oh yeah, not for him, no.
yeah. But I guess even if it had been disadvantage, it still but it would have been a 23 to hit. So
That'll be hit. Nothing I can do about that.
yeah. Okay, so that's gonna be um 5 slashing damage.
Okay, I think at that the shield finally drops.
Okay. And then wow, that's a really high damage roll. Um, uh, 37
Ooh,
necrotic damage. And you need to spend one of your hit die with no effect, and you cannot take any reactions until the start of your next turn.
okay, I just gotta find where hit dice are listed.
They're under the short rest menu.
There we go. Okay,
hmm
one of those.
But
And I cannot take reactions, and I need to roll a concentration.
probably, yeah, for the protection
Okay.
from good and evil.
And I'm trying to remember if I don't think I have any feats that change that.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, so 37, you need to be beating, I guess, 19, right?
Yeah, that's unlikely, but we'll give it a
Right,
try.
18,
Nope,
I think. Yeah, okay.
nope, it goes down.
Unfortunately, yeah, it does. So I believe yours was on Zinhorn. So your protection from good and evil is gone, Zinhorn. But
Oh,
yeah, so you just as it clenches, you feel as though it has used your own blood to tear at you from inside.
Rude.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That was your turn, right? You were moving away. Anything else?
No, I think I used. That was an action. That was a move. Yeah. Oh, I can do something as a bonus action, couldn't I?
I mean, if you can,
Sure.
we know.
2 sorcery points to transfer something into a bonus action. And cast. Nah, I'm not going to hold on to my sorcery points.
Okay.
It's not a bad idea, but I also don't have that many of them. So,
All right.
yep, that's it for now, I think.
Okay. It is Rupino's turn. And I think he's going to shout out, it's like, by the way, don't let it kill Trandadel. It would be bad.
I'm gonna shout
Um,
out, "Where is Trendadel?"
In the armors.
and then Trandadel had another death saving throw, but you guys can't see him. So you're not sure how that's going. Carolina, you're up.
Well, since no one else gonna do anything here, I'm gonna cast Healing Word
Okay.
on Trandonel
All right.
because I was like right there, so I kind of like got a glimpse of him in the armor,
Mm-hmm.
so I know where he is.
Yeah. Well, you
Um,
also see which one the other armors are obviously protecting.
7, but
Okay. Yeah, I mean
Enough.
Yeah. There's a brief pause, and then you hear from inside that armor. It's like, "I'll take you both apart. I'll take you both together."
then I would like to levitate dude there, although I don't think it's gonna do any good. But
Okay. Well, I mean the spell is still in effect, so you can just
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
once
Whoop.
again, it. Okay. So and that's your turn. All right. I think that it is going to use its turn.
I have a question.
Hmm?
When I levitate it in the air, would Zaleen get an opportunity attack?
No,
No,
forced
it's
movement.
involuntary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. unfortunately. Yeah. All right. So, on its turn, it is going to attack with its long spear at the exact armor that Trentinel is in. I am going to say, I was going to say it had 3/4 cover because of the other suits of armor, but I think at its elevated position, it's going to have only half cover instead, which means that it's a +2 to armor class. But technically, what it's attacking right now is the animated armor because Trentinel is protected inside. So, that first one is that is a 30 to hit. Yeah, and that's going to be 20 damage against the animated armor. The second one is a 23 to hit for another 21 damage, which does, let's see, yeah, that does take out that armor. And I'm gonna say the extra damage does not carry over to Trandonel, but he is now exposed as the animated armor kind of
He's
falls
now
to pieces
butt naked in front
around
of
him.
his nightmare.
Yeah. And well, he had prisoner rags on, not naked per se, but certainly less protected than he was a moment ago. And then I think he can't do his rend from within at range, so he is just gonna do another regular long spear throw, and that's gonna be a 28 to hit. Um,
How is he getting the spear back?
it's coming out of him.
Oh,
He's the
got
blood
it.
elemental. He just forms it out of his body.
Got it.
And then that's a 19 damage. So unfortunately, that takes Trandonel unconscious again, and the nightmare regenerates a little bit. Did not regenerate, you notice, from attacking the armor. Okay. And then on its bonus action, yeah, none of you are near each other, so one of its tricks hasn't had an opportunity to be used yet. Gosh, I shouldn't have said that because now you know to avoid that anyway.
Doing that.
Yeah, I think that what it will do is it uses that same essence thief to target Trandonel's unconscious form and Zaleen. So Constitution saving throw, please, Zaleen. And Trandonel is going to fail and take one failed death saving throw. Zaleen, did
I
you?
failed.
Okay.
It's like a 7
yeah.
or something.
And then that's going to be. Where's my.
I was gonna do my pact of
20.
the boon or whatever, but it's only like a D4, so I doubt 11's gonna make it.
Yeah. 23 necrotic damage for you, Zaleen. And then it teleports to within 5 feet of Trandonel, who is unconscious again, as I mentioned. All right. That is its turn. Zinhorn. Oh, Zinhorn, roll your spear damage because it's not prioritizing removing that spear.
All right.
It's continuing to sort of like burrow through and leaving like crystallized bloody chunks as it does so.
All right. That'll do 6 points.
All right.
My spiritual weapon is going to go up and above this suit of armor.
Okay.
Still trying to get there.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to grab my holy symbol and slam it on the ground and call out, Rushama, heal my allies. And I am going to heal Trendinel
Okay.
and myself. I'm looking for the total number of hit points I get. I'm sorry. 70 hit points. I'll give him 40 and I'll take 30.
Okay. All right. Well done. Anything else from you? Movement or? Are you thinking? Oh,
Yeah, I'm
okay.
thinking.
All right.
I can fly up to here.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. And maybe be a meat shield for Trendinel.
Sure. Okay. What elevation are you thinking you're at? Because it's currently at like ground level.
Oh, I was on top of whatever platform that
Yeah.
is. It's
So
like
I
a
mean, we could
lantern or a
say
book or
like it's
something.
like 10 feet tall, so you could like be sort of one cube up geometrically if you wanted.
Yep.
All right. Cool, 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 cool. All right, so that is Zinhorn's turn. Zaleen.
So he is on the ground, right?
Hmm?
He's on the ground, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna hop over the swords.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to summon my hex weapon, which is the Shade Blade.
All right.
And I'm gonna attack.
Seems like a good course of action.
Then it's a natural one.
Oh no!
Oh wait, no, never mind. It wouldn't matter anyway.
All right.
Because it's a natural one, like you can't really do anything.
No, I don't think.
Yeah.
Well,
I have like inspiration, but I was like, yeah, it's natural one.
yeah. I think a natural one's auto fail no matter what. All right.
Auto fail. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are
Alas,
rolling.
Vertigo.
I'm actually going to use my bonus action to healing word myself.
Okay.
That's it. Oh wait, no, I did use my bonus action. Never mind.
Okay.
The end.
Well, that was a ride.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, yeah. So he's. Oh, but Trentinel just got healed. Good, good.
Mm-hmm.
I will. Vertigo will draw a circle around Trentinel, drag the line to right beside him, and cast Vortex Warp,
Nice.
spending a third level spell to bring Trentinel right to him,
Okay.
right beside him.
Boop.
Then he will use that spent up energy he collected before to quick cast. No, right. Still can't cast two spells, can I? Because it has to be.
Right. Like it can be a cantrip and a spell, but not two spells.
Yeah. But I don't have a bonus action spell that I want to use there. Bonus action. Get him, boys! And command the armor to attack him.
Okay.
The armors.
Sure. Sure. Okay.
Actually, can they try to grapple him and hold him still? Would
they
that
can.
provide any advantage to
I'm-
anyone else? Or actually,
they can try, but you've also seen it, use its thing to teleport around.
right,
So
right. We still have. Who else do we have left to go? We only have.
well, so the armors are next, and then that's it until the Carolina goes again before its turn.
Okay. Well, I'll have one of them attack, and the other two,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to command to help my other two colleagues, Zinhorn and Zaleen, to fight,
Okay.
to give the aid action to them, basically.
Awesome. Great. Great. So there's actually four because the spiritual weapon is on top of
Oh,
one.
there you
So
go. So two of them will attack me.
yeah. Okay. I think though. Let's see if they move. Like I'll say one can move up to here, one can move to there, and I don't think there's enough spaces for.
Well, one can attack and then
I
step back, right?
I suppose that's true. Yeah. So we could also say that like these middle two are the ones that are attacking it, and the other two are helping. Okay, that works. That's fine. Okay, so let's see. I've got the stats for the armors, and they basically just do slam attacks. So let's have two of those from each of them. 19 and 6 are both going to miss. A crit and a 19. So the crit hits, obviously, for 5 bludgeoning damage. All right. Yeah, as they are attacking, and the other two are attempting to, set you up for your own attacks, Zinhorn and Zaleen. Okay. And Rupino is going to say from his cage is like, well done. You see, right now it's currently still tethered to Trandonel, but if he were to die, it would be free to manifest in whatever part of the material plane it so chooses.
Thanks for
That
the
sounds
Egon.
bad.
All right, so Trandonel's turn, and he looks over to you, Vertigo, and says, thank you. Does anyone have a weapon? And I think you see him eyeing those swords, but he doesn't move right now. Carolina, your turn.
All right, first things first. Whoop, up in the air.
All right.
So, because he is elevated, I have my doubts about this, but because my spatial awareness is not stellar.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like with him 20 feet in the air, that it would be safe to cast lightning bolt and not hit anybody else. Because it's going up, right?
Lightning bolt.
It's in
Well,
a
so
line.
there's call lightning, but lightning bolt. Yes, you definitely do lightning bolt for sure. But isn't your levitate is it a bonus action or an action to
Well, it's just
activate
a
it?
concentration spell.
Well, but you still
so
have
you
to
said
you still have to use it to, like, you have to use your, let's see, in order to do it again. Let's see. So levitate. Um. Let's see. You can change the target's altitude by up to 20 feet in either direction on your turn. If you are the target, you can move up and down as part of your move. Otherwise, you use your action to move the target.
Okay. Well, okay.
Now, it is 10 feet tall. It is a large creature, and so I would allow you to cast light. If you don't move it, I would allow you to cast lightning bolt over the heads of, Zaleen and the armor.
Can I
Just-
stand on the table?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Okay.
So
then
you
I'm
did
gonna...
not raise it up, but you're going to use your
Yeah.
action instead. All right, great.
Yeah. So on the table, and then blam, lightning bolt.
Great. And that's a dex save, I believe.
Sucks because he has a disadvantage on dex saving throws if he's levitated.
Does he? I was just actually
Yeah.
looking at the spell. Um, I don't think that's true.
Is it not?
No,
I
but
I thought I saw that. What was I looking at then?
I'm not sure. But
Anyway, lightning
Dex
bolt anyway.
save. All right.
We need to kill this thing.
All right. It gets a 15, which I believe fails your DC.
17. Okay. So, just making sure that there's nothing else. All right. 34.
All right. Nice.
Blammo.
Okay. Yeah, that's a significant hit, and it is starting to look a little bloodied. Oh. But I think, yeah, that definitely crispy-fied it a little bit. And I think, Zaylene, all your hair is sticking up from the static. You know, like you weren't so close that it would be damaging, but you definitely, like, zoom, you could smell the ozone passed right over your head. All right, great. That the end of your turn?
Yeah, I think so. I should probably get down off the table because just made myself more of a target, but
Yeah.
whatever. I'm fine. It's fine.
All right. Well, you
It's fine, this is
definitely
fine,
heard it,
whatever.
so it doesn't like that. um, okay, I think. Gosh, it is actually. Yeah, let's see. You see, 'cause the thing that does remain true is that even when it's at ground level, it still can only move by pushing or pulling against a fixed object within reach. So it's not that it can't move, it's that like if it's at ground level, it can sort of pull itself along the ground at like half speed basically. But in the meantime, it's currently sort of pinned in anyway. So I think what it's going to do this time is, what is the range? Where is it? How far is it from everyone over there? 40 feet. Yeah. So I think, yeah, from where it is right now, it is going to do 2 long spear attacks against Zaleen, and then a rend from within against Zinhorn. So let's see how that goes. So first against Zaleen, that's going to be a 31 to hit.
Well, that totally doesn't hit. Armor class is 96.
Yeah. And then that's going to be 20 piercing damage. And it gains. Shoot. Gosh, I cannot catch a break with the typing tonight. All right. And then second one is going to be 19 to hit.
Against me?
Against Zaleen for the second lance. Does 19 also hit? Yeah? Okay. And then that's going to be 19 piercing damage. It regains another 5 hit points. And then the rend from within against Zinhorn, which it rolls to attack. Wow. And it rolled pretty low, so I think that's going to miss. That's going to be just a 14 to hit.
That's going to miss.
It rolled a 2. Okay. So that is the end of its action, and for its bonus action, Constitution saving throws from Zaleen and Zinhorn, please.
Three.
Okay. That's going to be a 21 necrotic damage from each of you. And then it is going to teleport to here. And then I think, yeah, I think it is going to move too. It's going to use its movement it has, which is a fair amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, It has a speed of 50, so even at half speed, it can get that far. But that is the end of its turn. Oh wait, no, that's going to be opportunity attacks though, um, from um, from the three of the armors and from Zaleen can make opportunity attacks. Natural 1, a 12, and a 13. The armors all miss. Zaleen.
Don't I also get one?
No, because it teleported out of your range before it moved regular.
Oh, okay.
Does 22 hit?
A 22 does hit.
Yay. Okay, I just like roll damage. Does my oh wait, I guess it did already add it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So 15
Well,
and
15
then
is if it was against an undead target. But
oh right.
yeah, so it would be 14, but since it's necrotic, it takes 7.
Did you
But
already use your bardic
also,
inspiration?
can you use that for damage?
Yeah, that's.
Oh.
Let me double check and make sure,
I
but I'm
believe you
pretty
can.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But also that I was asking like my hexblade's curse.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did that automatically add it? Because it's not saying what it all added because the damage is 1d8 plus 6.
It looks like what it did was you rolled an 8 on the d8 plus 6, and that's 14, and it didn't add anything else. The 15, it adds 1, which is necrotic if it's against an undead target.
Okay, so I have to roll for hexblade's curse then.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a d6, I think.
You could also use your bardic inspiration to add to the damage.
That's a d10 now, Starlo.
Yes.
Okay. I almost rolled a d100. So that's an additional 10.
Okay, cool.
So,
So 25.
17.
Are you using the inspiration or no? Oh,
Yeah,
no,
I did. I
I
rolled
see.
both
That's
of them.
both of them together. Okay, so 25,
Yep.
and then that's halved, so that's minus 12. Great. Did that not go? Oh man, now it's just not doing the calculation at all. Okay, that's all right. I can math. Oh, there we go. All right, good. So, okay, that is the end of its turn. So, Zinhorn.
Alrighty. This thing will not stay still where I can hit it.
Oh, roll your spear damage.
Oh, spear damage. What a beautiful sound.
The damage of the cold drill.
Yep.
It can kill.
6 points.
Right. Okay. Can you move that far? 10, 20? Yeah, okay. Yep, you're good.
Yep. Alright, I want to hit this guy. He's got my drill spear, so I'm going to attack with my mace.
Okay. A 15 is not going to hit.
Alright. And bonus action healing word.
All right. Do you have to use your bonus action to move the spiritual weapon? I always forget how that works.
I know I use it when I attack.
I'm looking right now. Let's see. As a bonus action on your turn, you can move the weapon. So yeah,
Alright.
if you move it, that still counts as your bonus action. You can move it and
Okay.
attack with the bonus action, but
Right. But I already did that.
yeah. All right.
Alright.
Zaleen.
I didn't think it was my turn because I just went
Oh,
with my attack.
yeah.
Because it moved,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna kind of keep my distance, and I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
So
Pew,
that
pew,
is
pew. 14, unfortunately, no. 21
21.
will hit.
And also a d6.
Okay. What's the extra d6 for? The Hexblade's Curse?
That's for the Hexblade's Curse.
Right. Gotcha. Okay, that's going to be 12 force damage. Yeah. All right.
Take that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna heal myself with my bonus action.
That seems fair.
Yeah.
All right.
That's my turn.
Okay. All right. Vertigo, it is your turn.
Yep. It's trying to eat up the higher slots now. Uh, um. Oh, I can't do both of those. Okay. Well, it's time for a strategic fleeing. So I'm going to use a 4th level slot to cast Vortex Warp
All right.
and twin it for myself and for Trendanel,
Great.
and put ourselves on. I'll move myself, and he's right beside me,
Okay.
up on top of this mound where he can't climb to.
Great. I think it's a stretch to imagine that this thing can't get up there, but sure.
Well, at half movement and then
Yeah.
climbing, it's a
Yeah. No,
quarter of the
I
time to get
mean,
up there.
fair. I'm just, yeah. That is a good spot to be. I'm just, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And I will spend 2 sorcery. Is it going to catch up to me? Is the only problem. Um, yeah, I might as well. I will try this anyway. Spend 2 sorcery points to swiftly cast Chill Touch,
Ooh.
and see if I can hit it. No guarantees there.
Chill touch is such a weird spell, but
Nope.
sure enough.
All
15
wasted.
unfortunately does not work. Does not hit. All right. I think that makes it the armor's turn. And I think they you haven't given them any specific new commands, so I think these two are still going to be trying to attack it, and the other two are still going to be trying to help Zinhorn and Zaleen. Their speed is 25 feet, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so they're going to make their attacks. 21, a 19, a 20, and an 11. So one of those hits for 7 bludgeoning damage. The other one is staying right there by you, Zaleen, and the other one is coming up to help you, Zinhorn. And then, okay, we're great. And Trandanel is looking over at you, Vertigo, and he gives you. He still seems a little like glassy eyed, like disoriented, like there's a lot going on here, and he's kind of panicked. But he gives you a look that just for a moment you feel like warm inside, just with this look of like brief gratitude that he gives you.
Don't mention it.
All right.
Making uncomfortable.
Yeah. All right, Carolina, your turn.
Alright. Well, I don't like this guy so close to me, so I am going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
That is a wisdom saving throw.
All right. Wisdom saving throw. 21.
That will definitely, yeah.
Yeah. This thing is
See,
just
half damage.
batting
though.
away spells left and right. I think dissonant.
5.
Uh-huh. 5 what? Psychic?
Believes. Yes,
All right.
psychic damage.
Okay. All right, it's its turn. And I think it is tired of being levitated. And so it is going to attack you, Carolina. So the Scarlet Long Spear. Wow, natural 1 for the first one. Lucky you. That one is 28 to hit. Where's my other D10? All right. That's going to be 16 piercing damage. And I need you to make a concentration check. Whoops. That's just a 4, so I think the levitate is dropped. You see it settle back onto its feet. And then it's going to... I think it's just going to twist the knife there and rend from within on Zinhorn, who's right there. 14 plus... Yeah, that's gonna be a 26.
A hit?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that hits.
yeah. So that's gonna be 11 slashing damage plus 26 necrotic damage. And then you're gonna have to spend one of your hit die without effect, and you cannot take reactions until your next
What do you
turn.
mean, spend one of my hit die?
So just like if you were had a short rest and you spend hit dice to get HP back on a short rest, basically you use one up without getting the hit points for it.
Okay.
So just go into the short rest and mark it as used. And then it's going to do its Essence Thief against Zinhorn and Carolina. No, actually Zinhorn and Zaleen. Because it's going to teleport again.
Is that a Constitution saving throw?
Yes.
Okay.
Relatively low damage roll this time, though. Lucky for you. But it's going to teleport all the way over to there.
How much damage?
That's going to be 10 necrotic damage, assuming that you both failed.
Okay.
Actually,
I got a 20.
20 is a success. So you are
So I
only
get
going to take
5.
5. Yeah, 5 necrotic damage. But it does teleport right over to right next to you. All right, and that actually it does still have its movement, right? Yeah, it does, and so it is going to start climbing up there. We didn't definitively say how tall this thing was. We want to say 10 feet. Does that sound fair? So it is going to start to climb up. It's going to use 20 feet of movement to get to the top, and then 5. Yeah, and it's going to be able to get up to there. But you do get an opportunity attack, Zaleen and the armor. And the armor hits. All right.
I don't think I hit. It was only a
A
19.
19. No. No. All right. So that is its turn. Once again, roll your spear damage. Zinhorn. It has other priorities.
Okay. Seven points.
All right. Whittling it down. It's looking kind of beat up, but it's also pretty single-minded. All right. Your turn, Zinhorn.
Okay. For my bonus action, I still can't hit this guy with the stupid
Actually,
spear.
I think if you move it 4
Yeah.
squares, you can get it up
Yeah.
there.
Oh,
Yeah.
there it
Yeah.
is. Okay.
Because of bizarre non-Euclidean 3D measurement in D&D, which is fine. Like, I'm not complaining. It definitely works. It's just, again, I'm amused by it. All right. Unfortunately, an 18 does not hit.
Okay. That was my bonus action
Yeah.
for my
He
action.
bats it away.
I am going to cast Mass Healing Word at 7th level, and everyone except the guy in the cage is getting 26 points back.
All right. 26. That's pretty good. All right.
And that's my turn.
Okay. So, all right. Zaylene, your turn.
I'm going to do Eldritch Blast again because
All
it's
right.
my favorite.
That's a good one. Play the hits. All right. 14 will miss. 28
That one
will
hits.
hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one hit there. All right.
9 and 2, so 11.
Okay. Okay. Anything else from your turn?
I'm going to heal myself again.
All right. Now make it your turn, Vertigo.
Yeah. You have a lot of good options here. Um, oh man, yeah, there's not a lot of good options. I think okay. A bonus action to turn spell into some sorcery points.
All right.
It goes a 5th level spell. This is the right choice. And another 5th level, maybe a 4th level? 4th level spell, good. To cast it's too big for that. Tasha's Mind Whip again.
Okay.
It's upcast, but it doesn't do anything because it just targets more on this on the one
Sure.
target.
That's an intelligence save again?
It is, but I'm going to heighten
it
the
has to
spell.
disadvantage,
So
huh?
it's at disadvantage.
Okay.
It's a DC 15.
Wow. Okay. So one of those dies was a natural 20, but the other one gives a total of 14.
Oh, okay. I guess it does do a little bit. No, it doesn't even do more damage with the extra out to cast, but it does take 12 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
No reaction, and only gets a move action or bonus on its next turn.
Right. Gotcha.
That's too big. That's not enough.
Is there any restriction on action, like it can only make one attack or something?
I don't think so. I think it just can take an action.
Right. Okay.
Uh,
There are some spells that are a little bit like that.
yeah,
So
yeah, an action, a bonus action, or a move.
okay.
But um, yeah, it doesn't do. Are we talking weapon attacks? I don't know what those things are. So,
Um. Well, the spear attacks that he's been doing count as weapon attacks, if that matters.
yeah, yeah, okay. I'll do. Nope, already did a bonus action, so I don't need to have that. So,
Right.
um, yeah, I'll just tell Trendinel, move away,
All right.
and he will.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Nedry has to stay there.
All right.
Well, no, he can target more. He can target anybody within range. Doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. So, the armor's turn. Um, the two are gonna get started climbing up, but they won't get to the top with their 25 feet of movement this turn. All right. Trananel is going to use his turn to disengage. Um, and I think
It
he.
can't take reaction, so it doesn't have to disengage. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but yeah.
Oh, okay. So he doesn't have to disengage. You're right. All right. So I think in that case, then what he's going to do is he's going to run and jump down from here to get over to here. And then he's actually going to dash to get down to here. And I think there's a moment, Carolina, as he passes you and he says, under ordinary circumstances, I would find it highly disrespectful to hide myself behind a lady, but these are unusual circumstances.
Who said I was a lady?
Well, we'll have to discuss later. In any case, it is your turn now, Carolina.
Well, that he is now standing behind me makes me a little worried. So because I know where this thing is coming next.
Hmm.
So I'm going to aim for for the upper portion of its body. Fortunately, Nedry is short, so this shouldn't be super challenging. But I'm gonna use lightning bolt again.
Okay.
It's
All right.
a dexterity
Dex.
saving throw.
Okay. What was I need to reroll that. That is a 21.
That will save, but he does take half damage, so that's a 13.
All right. 13 lightning damage.
And then, yeah, bonus action, I will point at this creature and say, "You are so gross." And so unsettling words.
All right. So go ahead and roll and
Wrong one. Where are you? There you go.
all
8.
right. Another 8 off of its next saving throw. Pretty good. Okay. It is its turn now. And I think that it is going to use its action to hurl at disadvantage its long spears at Trandanel, who's going to have half cover from back there, and it's long range, so it's at disadvantage. But that's what it's trying to do there. That's a natural 1. Whew. Okay, and then a 15, which unfortunately for Trandonel, who is unarmored, does hit him. And then that's going to be 11, 18 piercing damage. Although he's doing a lot better than he was a bit ago. So he's still okay for now. And then one more of those at him, which is going to be a 28 to hit. So 16 plus 23. Yeah. So that's a couple of significant hits for him as it uses just its action this time. But, he's still up, but that's, he's doing less better than before than he was before. Okay, Zinhorn.
Alrighty. So he didn't move this round,
Right.
which means that I first get my spear damage.
Mm-hmm.
4 points.
All right. Whittling him down.
Gonna have my bonus action be my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
One of these days I'll hit with it.
Yeah. Well, this guy's pretty tough. Like he's basically got a lot of armor. He is a lot of armor. He can make any part of himself into armor. Hard to hit.
And I will do another mass healing word. This time at 5th level.
Nice.
And everybody gets 19, except
All
the
right.
guy in the cage. And I'm going to move a little bit closer. Oh, wait a sec. I know where he's going this time, don't I?
Well, I mean, you could certainly
right.
guess.
I move closer to Trendonell.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That makes it Zaylene's turn.
I think I'm gonna do Witch Bolt at level 4.
Okay. Is that an attack roll or a saving throw?
I think it's an attack roll.
All right.
It's not the right one.
All right.
19. So no.
Unfortunately, no. He's swinging that staff around and deflecting all sorts of magical effects.
Okay.
Right. Anything else?
I don't think so.
All right, Vertigo, you're right there.
Yeah, that doesn't really help me at all, but
Mm-hmm.
well, there's a chance. Um He's really hard to hit. I think Chill Touch. He's gonna try to hit him with that.
Okay.
Nope.
Whoop, that's a critical fail. Yeah. That's not gonna hit. Okay. The armors have their turn. These two guys are going to get up close enough that they can try to do their attacks again. And let's 7, 18, 14, 22. One of those hits. They're actually doing pretty good for you. You know, it's adding up. All right. And then it's Trandanel's turn. And I think that he is. I think he is going to take cover under the table to get 3/4 cover from line of sight for the guy. All right, and that makes it your turn, Carolina.
All right. I think I've still got some lightning left.
Hmm?
Yeah, because I was thinking about hitting him with some healing magic, but I think he's okay for right now. So yeah,
All right.
and I'm gonna do it at what level am I gonna cast this at? I think we're gonna do it at 4th level this time. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Dex save.
Yep.
That's a 15.
Woohoo! You're gonna take all this then.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, do my math for me. 27.
Okay, pretty good. He is starting to look pretty rough. He is his lots of parts of him are sort of starting to like flake away. He's leaving sort of puddles of blood behind him as he steps. He's definitely on his last legs. But it is now his turn. I think that he is going to just move away from these guys. 5, 10, 15, 20. So that's going to be opportunity attacks for the 2 armors and for Vertigo.
Vertigo doesn't have a weapon, so
Okay. No opportunity attack then. So the three armors get to make opportunity attacks, but with 50 feet, he's able to get around pretty well. So let's have them make their 9, 7, 11. Unfortunately, those all miss. And so he's going to make one last go of trying to get him. So I think that's going to be I think he doesn't have 3/4 cover from adjacent like that, so it's just regular attacks. But that's gonna hit 16 damage. Second one is dirty 20 to hit for 22 damage. So 8. So that's 38 between those two. He's still up. And then the rend from within. Is going to be. Yeah, that's also going to hit. 2d6. Yeah, that's. Yeah, I mean, this is going to take him down. 12. Yeah, so that. As it grips its fist again and Trandanel's blood writhes within him, you see his flesh roiling as he screams and goes unconscious again. And then it is let's see. And then it is going to use its bonus action to use boiling blood, which is its first time getting to do this. But Carolina, you need to make a Constitution saving throw as it looks at you, and you feel your blood starting to boil within you in very specific ways that you sort of feel like you could avert some of the pain if you move in the way that it's trying to make you move. So first, Constitution saving throw to see if you.
They suck at these so
Yeah.
bad. Ugh. 15.
Okay, that's a failure, unfortunately. And so what you sense right now is you are either going to take. I'm not going to say how much fire damage because I haven't rolled the dice yet, but you're going to either take fire damage or you have to make a weapon attack against Trandonel, who is
Ugh.
on the ground unconscious.
I'm gonna take it.
Okay. So let me roll these dice. How many? Yeah, okay. 32 fire damage as your
Wasn't
blood is
bad.
boiling within you, but you refrain from making an attack against the unarmed, helpless Trandonel.
I really thought that was gonna be so much worse.
It could have been.
Yeah.
But in any case, though, that is the end of its turn, though. And Zinhorn, it is now your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna leave my weapon where it is. Bonus action, healing word on Trendinel.
All right.
And he is going to get back 20 hit points.
Nice.
And then my spear
Mm-hmm.
damage. 6.
All right.
Not really rolling much in the way above, but I am finally next to this guy, and I am going to hit him with my mace.
All right.
Come on, mace. 24.
A 24 will hit.
14 points of damage.
Okay. The brief hesitation is because you can see that you have dealt this thing an incredibly substantial blow, but it looks like it is teetering. It is perhaps able to get in one more hit if it's not taken down with one more action. Zaleen, it's your turn.
I'm gonna go back to my trusty old friend Eldritch Blast.
All right. There you go. 29. That certainly hits. Okay, and 2 of those would hit. So, all right. So, I think it was sent staggering by Zinhorn's mace, but then as it looked like it might slash out with its lance one more time while falling, tell me how you finish it off.
I saw that it made Carolina's blood boil, and it made me so angry that I just threw out my arms, and the Eldritch Blast like just shot out and blasted it to pieces, and it was like gross blood went everywhere, like a big splatter.
And
The squeaking really makes
And
it
the
Yeah,
for
guinea
me.
and the
pigs
guinea pig
cheering
excitement.
behind you.
yeah,
Yeah.
incredible.
Guinea pigs came out and they attacked.
Yeah. All right, and so it is disincorporates. It falls apart, and it begins to its essence begins to collapse, almost like a sun becoming a black hole, only leaving behind, as you have seen before, the strange little glowing orb. and it's left behind, and as it fades, and there's a moment of quiet and reflection, um, Trandonel clears his throat and stands up. And is everyone kind of coming together, or I, I think that he places himself where he can kind of look to all of you and address you, and he kneels with his head down, and he just says, "To say that I owe my life to you is an understatement, because somehow in my zest, my zeal to fight the evil of this corruption, I allowed myself to become corrupted, to my great shame. And in that corruption, I was led to despair, believing that there were no one else in the world could save it, that only I was powerful enough. But today, you all have not only saved me from death and from corruption, but from my delusion, because it is obvious to me now that not only are you powerful, but you are righteous. I thank you for disregarding my tainted words before. And it would seem that your goals and mine are the same. Tell me how I can help." And then Rupino, you hear the cage open again, and he says, "See? What did I tell you?" And I think you see Trandonel have just a micro expression of irritation before his face becomes like noble again.
All right.
I think Vertigo looks up at him because even kneeling, he's still taller than Vertigo.
If it's any consolation, first, I think you are crucial to saving everything. And the power that thing had is a testimony to just how powerful you are. So, that bodes well, really.
I cannot make such a claim myself, but I will take the compliment in which it is, in the spirit in which it is offered. This thing had taken root in my mind and sought to pervert all of my most noble impulses to twisted ends. It is something I had been aware could happen, and yet I am unsettled to realize that it could have happened to me without my even realizing it.
That's sort of how it happens. Take my word for it. You don't really see it coming, and you think you won't have a problem. And you do. But you get better with good people, friends.
And as you say that in particular, he's just nodding, and I believe that's true. And yet, in some respects, it was also my fear at losing my friends as we scattered. It was that desire that it fed on. But to use that fear as a reason to withdraw from allies would be madness. I think it is perhaps only the fact that my friends were not around me that fear was able to take hold. And so it was only too late that I sought out return to the group, but I fear a great amount of damage has been done in the meantime. Foe, I thought, slain. Now I realize the friend who fled because he foresaw it.
Who was slain?
Stuck.
Stock.
Ustok, the seer, who was the first to among us to predict that our seal could not hold forever, foresaw that it would come down, foresaw that we would fracture as a group united to purpose. And it was my desire to see us reunited that was ultimately perverted in twisted to these ends. But perhaps it is not too late. Not too late to do something, rather than simply succumb to the despair of inevitable failure. But I have been. Are you raising your hand, Master Gnome?
Think you might have hit upon something. Ustak was a seer, saw the future coming. And sometimes, even though you see the future, you can't change it. But Ustak, if he's one of you, your people were very clever. I think we may need to visit where Ustak fell, to see if they left something behind that might help.
I think that Trandanel looks confused, but Rupino comes up and is like, "Oh, are you supposing that there was some sort of there's like a psychic resonance that might have inhabited the plane of dream and that would be, metaphysically tied to that particular location on the material plane?"
That's also good. I was thinking a book, but both of those might be useful.
Oh, well, that too. Sure. And Trandanel, I think, says, "Well, I think if this is something that would help you, I owe my salvation to all of you, and I apologize that I was unable to help in that battle because I am weakened. But as I hope to recover, restoring my commitment to my own holy vow, I believe that I can be of more use."
Well,
Maybe we should get you a pair of pants first.
well, I have his
Immediately
armor.
goes in your pack. I got stuff.
I'm gonna give him back his breastplate +2 that I've been hauling around.
All right. You're not, and it's not even what you're wearing right now, right?
No, it's not.
Oh, yes, thank you. I had hoped that my belongings were not lost. And then Rupino's like, "Lost? Have you ever known me to throw anything away?"
Does he have a weapon?
Right
Lynn
now,
points
no,
to
he
the
has
hat.
nothing on him.
Okay, I'm gonna give him Lightbringer.
Okay, great.
It's the mace that I
Alright.
had, so I will give that to him.
The bat from Sticky Zickies.
Yeah, but I feel like I honestly that was literally my first inclination, but then I was like, no, Lightbringer seems more
Mhm.
his speed.
Yeah. I'm gonna retrieve my spear.
Okay. Yeah. It just kind of fell in the ground. Um, if you recall, it was a flame tongue longsword that he had before. So I don't know if you still have that somewhere, but that
I
is,
don't. I think we sold it
you know what,
at
that is.
Sticky Zickies.
Maybe don't tell him that.
Yeah, we just feel like we
Yeah.
never found it.
Yeah, I don't
We
know what
go
happened
back
to
and
it.
buy it for him and just say, like, look, it's amazing, just like the one you lost.
All right. Yeah. So I think I'm actually just looking it up. Yeah. The Lightbringer is an equivalently powerful weapon, so it's not like you're giving him nothing. But he accepts the breastplate and the Lightbringer mace and just you know nods to you again and just says, "But in my," and he looks over to Rupino, "in our absence, what has become of the others? Tilitha, um, shoot, what
She's
was
still on her throne.
good? Then at least we're not too late. Is she well?
She's hanging in there.
Very tired.
Uh,
And we're right
She could
outside the temple,
she could use a friend.
or two, and we
um,
have to deal with the adversary.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
um, Celta, Hestia. Also, wait, adversary? Who was that?
There are other
Percival.
forces that are um, moving in a different direction to ours. I don't exactly want to say opposed in a way. I'm still trying to figure out the actual motivations, but they're wrapped up in this. And for the moment, making an easy alliance of sorts.
Hmm.
He does not speak for us all, so whatever.
Well, it sounds complicated.
There's a lot to cover.
Well, perhaps we should. Where are we? What? I could use a shower. I don't know about. Uh,
Probably time to leave the bag, I think.
We're
Yeah.
we're in we're in a backpack inside Rupino's tower.
The bag was made by one of Hestia's, I think. Or by others that learned some of the magic.
Well, obviously, I've got a lot to catch up on. And Rubino says, "Yeah, me too. Obviously, I understood a lot of what was being said there, and we kind of talked about some of this. But current events, that sort of thing. But I think as you sort of start thinking about how to fill them in on the situation, I think that is perhaps where we will fade out as you relish your victory over the force of blood that had been tainting Trandonel's psyche, and begin to plan your next thoughts now that you have two new, or perhaps at least one and a half new allies in your fight. And we will find out more when we return for more adventure on so many levels.
So many
So
levels.
many
So
Denetherians, suddenly.
many.